Alright, Dragon Warrior 4. So far I know that these games, they all look pretty much the same. There's no need for extra graphic enhancements, right? Especially like, oh, this is Enix. And the music's the same. And of course, always give a shout out to my boy, Retro Arcade Music, man. I just like that every time I do it. I just put his initial, and to me it's awesome. I'm not reading this anyway. Oh, they do this by chapters, okay. Okay. Oh, there's no music at this point. Alright. Oh, there's a little story thing again. Is that the same dude but more tan? Today I want to talk about emulation versus the actual physical copy. I mean, like, is there a huge difference? I mean, are you able to tell? Because to me... Oh, that's me. Because to me, right, like, whatever the hard copy cartridge is, emulated or not, it's just like basically making a copy of that game, right? Why is that such a big deal? Like, to me, you see how this is scrolling right here? I think it still looks the same as if I was playing the physical copy. I mean, I know I'm playing via HDMI, right? So there's no scan line, things like that. But who cares? Oh, this looks like me from the other games. Yeah. And if I was gonna shoot this like the wheel stuff, right, with the AV cables, and there's only mono audio. And I actually had to get a different. I actually do have an AV video capture, and I think that's a pain in the butt. Like, as long as they play the same, who cares, right? There's actually groups of people out there that hate on other people, like, oh, I don't like emulator. Well, good for you. I don't have the money to buy all of this, right? How am I gonna find a copy of Dragon Warrior 1, 2, and 3, and 4? Oh, that was easy. 2 damage points. 8 damage points? Oh, I didn't even notice that before. Okay. Can I go in here? Right? Like, who does that? And it's just the emulators are, available everywhere. I know the whole thing is like, if you play emulator, it's illegal and things like that because you gotta own the copy and whatever. And like, well, there's actually probably a lot of people who actually own the whole library of, NES games. But I'm not one of those guys. I'm not at a place where, like, I could find these retro games easily either. And I doubt that anybody, had to go to eBay and people, price gouge on this stuff. Had to spend, like, thousands of dollars just to get, well, thousands of dollars, probably a lot cheaper than if you would actually try and did this back in the 80s. Actually, no, if you wait a little bit, right, these games gotta be cheaper. So it really depends on when you start your own collection. But look at this. I don't want to say if I pay for these games or not, But, are probably a lot of YouTubers out there. If you play games on here, you probably did not pay for it unless you actually are showing the physical copies, okay? Unless you're a YouTuber that actually made it, on YouTube. You don't have that kind of, cheddar to pay for all of this. Who is the other guy that I watch quite frequently? NES Drunk. I don't like it when he pays the NES. I always have to say SNES. The first one is fine to say NES instead of NES, but when you add that S at the beginning, right, and you call it SNES, that bothers me a little. I don't know why. I have to call it SNES. I don't think that dude actually owns all of the copies of everything he plays when he's like, hey, is this worth playing today? Right? There's no way. Some people, yeah, some people no, and I feel like if you own like all the games, right, you gotta have a big a place to put them, like Angry Video Game Nerd. He has a basement that I'm super jealous of because I love basements, because I live in Texas, that we don't have any of that here. Wait, can you join me? So, what the heck? I cannot pick what I want to say. So, I'll die before whatever. Well, if you're gonna go there, why don't we go together, man? We could drive together. We don't have any car. There's no cars out here. 40 gold pieces. So can I get life? Here we go. This is where I ended. But yeah, always like emulation. To me, it's the same. Arcades emulated. Well, it wasn't. But then even if you buy that, it's still emulated. It's just because they have the license to emulate this game and they just sell it to you. You know, who doesn't use emulation? There's probably more people that use emulation to the people who doesn't. Even like on the Nintendo Switch, right? With the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Sega Genesis. Those games are all emulated. What a crock of bull. Oh, this is it. This is where I die, right? 2 diver rats. What are they doing on land? Ooh, this is it. So these games, I gathered that I have to just keep walking around my town just so that way I get more experience. Oh, he passes away. Is this what they said back then? Before it's like, hey, you die, like Resident Evil. I'll see you guys tomorrow.